Hello, my name is Gideon and I'm the creative head for Gideon Banks, a YouTube channel that focuses on growth and lifestyle. I'm not really the type to do movie reviews, but I got lots of calls, messages, and even text from my friends, family, and fans to make this video. So guys, here's my review video of Inventing Anna, the movie. In this movie, a journalist investigates the case of Anna Delvey, the Instagram legendary heiress who stole the hearts and money of New York elites. Before we dive right into this video, if this is the first time you're coming across my YouTube channel, please hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, and also share this video to your friends and your family. Anna Delvey, playing the role of Anna Sorokin, is a convicted con artist and a fraudster. Between 2013 and 2017, Sorokin pretended to be a wealthy heiress under the name Anna Delvey. In 2017, she was arrested after allegedly defrauding banks, acquaintances, and even friends. Hotels inclusive for a total of $275,000, all in the United States. I am shook that a girl of 25 years old was able to do this in such a short time. What I love about this story is that it shifts the focus on Africans being like con artists, fraudsters, and even scammers, and takes that, directs it to the Europeans, to the foreigners, making them know that their skin is not just a pass for good things, but they can also be scammers and they can also wear these jackets that we've been wearing for years. I'm not trying to sound racist or trying to justify the fact that some kind of people do bad things, but all I'm just saying that it is quite tiring to always wake up and hear in the news that people from the same roots as you are always accused to be like thieves and all the bad things in the world. We are finally free at last, or at least for now. I love that this movie was produced by Shonda Rhimes. Her work with Grey's Anatomy, epic. I totally loved it. So I started to watch this film. I totally think that they had an amazing selection of cast. The characters were unique. The people that were selected to play different roles hit the nail on the head and were very direct at what they were doing. I feel like these guys took out time to select the best actors for this role. We had Julia Garner as Anna Delvey, Anna Klumsky as Vivian, Laverne Cox as Casey, Katie Lewis as Rachel, Alexis Floyd as Neff, and a host of many other stunning actors. My top 5 notable characters in this movie will be Anna Delvey, Neff, Vivian, Casey, and Todd. One other notable character would be Nora Radford. My god, she's a darling. I feel like they were the most outstanding characters because they played their roles really well and they understood the assignment and they acted accordingly. Except Casey actually grew on the movie. She's somebody who has a very huge personality. She walks into a room and you would know that she's in there. Look at what she did with Orange is the New Black. I just feel like at the beginning she didn't come out strong, but later in the movie she started to grow on her character and eventually made it to my top 5 notable mentions. So great work, Casey, if you're seeing this video. Episode 1 kicks off with Vivian defying her editor to pursue a story on the German heiress Anna Delvey, who was indicted for grand larceny without bail. Episode 2. From a yacht off Ibiza to a suit at the Paris Fashion Week, Anna's glamorous lifestyle comes into focus as her friends dish out top secrets to investigator Vivian. In this part of the movie, Vivian had to go around asking questions about Anna Delvey. She was really stunned. She was surprised as to how a 25-year-old was able to actually scam these guys and get a lot of money from them, and some parts were not even clear. To me, I still don't even understand where she got the kind of money she spent from. At some point we knew that she was broke, but at some point she was just tipping like $100 bill every day. I don't even know how that money came. So I feel like Vivian was in the same shoe as me right now, and she went on asking people questions. She had to meet all her friends. Some of them seemed quite difficult to question, and some of them were like, I've been waiting for the opportunity to talk about their experience with Anna Delvey. My favorite scene would be how Chase, Anna's ex-boyfriend, came into the picture at the fashion week and paid for the hotel and left the other guy wondering like, you guys are just on and off. I mean, I felt like that was too sweet, because following the movie you would have thought that they were done, because I feel like Chase was becoming too desperate to know Anna's original, like, where Anna's from. And it was like, just like, you know what, this girl doesn't have any trust fund, and it was done. But when the guy called him and he came through, it made me feel like, wow, I need to continue seeing this movie. Episode 3, Anna continually gives Vivian cold shoulders, and then Vivian hunts down Anna's ex-boyfriend Chase and the wealthy entrepreneur Nora Radford. Talk about Nora. I feel like she was really underrated in this movie. She played a huge role, and she had this class, and she had this, she had just this confidence in every of her episodes that she was filming. She exuded grace, and she was really the total depiction of a wealthy woman, from years ago. She was really classy, sophisticated, she spoke well, and was dressing very nicely. Her role in this body of work was played by Kate Burton, where she hosts Anna Delvey and her boyfriend Chase at her home. Initially, she doesn't like Anna, but eventually is intrigued by Anna's business savvy and decides to mentor her. I don't think she maltreated Anna during Anna's stay at hers, because I just feel like Anna was projecting her frustration on Nora. I mean, it happens to fake people. When they see an original version of themselves in someone, they become frustrated and they start to act jealous, they become angry, and start to start acting crazy. So I just feel like this was Anna's own. It wasn't Nora's fault that she was sophisticated and she couldn't stand the sight of a young girl who was acting slutty and then not dressing fine. Because at the point, Anna Delvey had not started dressing really nicely, because I mean, she thought that she was dressing nice until she met Nora and discovered that she was actually not dressing too nice. Well, Anna eventually steals from Nora hundreds of thousands from her credit card.
Wait, I think Anna felt bad because Nora was moving towards Chase and probably was definitely hitting on Chase.
As a young girl, I felt like I feel like the only way that she would have retaliated was to do something that would frustrate her. But unfortunately, Nora had a lot of money from where it came from, and the hundreds of thousands of dollars that Anna stole didn't really do much of a bad thing to her. And Nora was the kind of person who didn't like her finances to be out in the public, and that's why she didn't report Anna to the police from stealing from her. Could it be that she was running a shady business? Well, who knows? If I was to compare Nora Radford to any Nigerian Nollywood actress, I think it would be Shafi Bello. Mama, I love you so much. Episode 4. Vivian investigates how Anna was able to convince or persuade the famous lawyer Alan Reed to help her secure funds or a loan to grow her business venture. It was surprising as to how somebody who was that experienced and that educated fell for a 25-year-old girl trying to scam him. Episode 5 was basically about how Anna befriended Neff. I think that this was the part when Neff's character started to illuminate. I think that personally Neff is a great actor, and she actually did nail her role in this movie. It is really awesome that the black community is starting to thrive really hard in the scene of Hollywood, and I'm really amazed as to what Neff did in this piece of work. All Neff wanted was to be a producer. She wanted to be the best at what she was doing until she saw the lavish lifestyle of Anna Delvey. I feel like this affected her in a way because she was distracted. Okay, she went on a dinner once with Anna and she had to chill with the biggest guys in the game, and then she lost focus and was carried away. But I mean, yeah, these things happen in every young man or every young woman's life. Episode 6, Vivian obtains the clip of Anna's ill-fated trip to Morocco with Casey, Rachel, the photographer, and herself. This was an extravagant retreat that didn't seem to end well. Anna lied that she had a lot of funds in her account, and then she took them to the most expensive resort in Morocco. At a point, Rachel wanted to go see other places in Morocco, but Anna consistently refused that she wasn't ready to go. I mean, little did they know that she was broke and didn't have funds, and that's why she was avoiding it. On the first instance, when the hotel manager came to ask of the money, and it was quite obvious that Anna didn't have any money in her card, Anna saw that Rachel was frustrated, and being a con artist that she was, she said, I'm ready to go to that place that you want us to go. And then they went there without knowing that that place was crazy expensive. To cut the long story short, Rachel ended up paying for the tour to the nice place, the garden where she wanted to visit. And then Anna became frustrated because she did not get the loan she was applying for. Episode 7, Vivian lies to Paul and says that her story is almost done. And the good thing about this episode, it was nice to see that Vivian was able to multitask. Most women who's heavily pregnant and about to give birth in a few days don't even have the strength to do the kind of things that Vivian sought out to do in this episode. So I commend Vivian for her role in this, in this part of the movie. It was actually very inspiring. At this time, the girls are back from their luxury trip to Morocco, and after months of trying to reach Anna, Rachel finally gets a PayPal credit of $5,000 from Anna. Just quite surprised because it was a whole lot of money. This was well over $60,000, and she sent her just $5K. And Rachel was like, what's going on? Rachel started to panic. She lost focus at her job. It became really bad that Rachel almost went into depression. So Casey, Rachel, and one of their weird friends picked a date with Anna and tried to convince her into paying Rachel's money. But guess what happened? Anna ran out of the restaurant like a mad chicken. That was the funniest part of this season for me. That got me laughing hard. Anna misses a court hearing, defrauds a bank, and takes a trip. Well, this episode ends with Vivian's story of Anna Delvey coming hot off the press, guys. Hot off the press. Episode 8, Anna lands in LA and pays the driver $100 to shut up. That was the height of being it. I mean, how in the world would you pay your taxi driver to stop talking to you? I feel like it's better if you tell them, oh, I'd really like to have a quiet time, I don't want noise during this trip. But being the Delvey was, she paid the driver $100 to stop talking. I feel like that was the highlight of that episode. Yeah. Anna then tries to commit suicide, which lands her at an expensive rehab where she has to pay by wire transfer. At this point, Rachel is conniving with the police to get Anna arrested. Well, on Vivian's numerous discovery, Vivian finally discovers that Anna's father wasn't a toxic man and that they were also from a humble home, meaning that Anna didn't have any trust fund coming. Also, we discovered that Anna tried to commit suicide and land in the rehab because a visa was almost expired and she didn't want to be repatriated back to Germany. Well, the highlight of this part is that Anna didn't have any trust fund. Episode 9, Neff starts a fashion court series. A court fashion series for Anna. They started to trend, got really famous, the Instagram page got verified, and people started to take fashion tips from Anna's court series, and it just made Anna more famous than she wanted to be. Anna actually said that she wanted to be very famous. This social media account starts to get very popular and starts to have tractions. It got to a point that Anna didn't want to attend her hearing without having new clothes on. I think the highlight of this episode for me would be Anna's pep talk to Todd's son. I quote, and she said, "People give other people money and gifts for all sorts of reasons. Guilt and love are two of the biggest, and you have both. You should ask for the moon." I feel like that was amazing. This is one for the ages. After helping Anna beat two of her biggest charges, Todd abandons his family trip and returns to Anna's side. Anna is put 12 years behind bars, or 4 to 12 according to Todd. Tell me what you think about the movie in general, guys. I feel like this movie was thoughtfully executed and it would be my best movie to see on Netflix. I would recommend it as the best movie for you to see on Netflix for the next 2 months. I feel like this movie nailed it. I am hooked on this movie. So we have come to the end of today's video. If you found this video to be really helpful, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the notification to get notified when I make the next video. See you.